everyone. My name's Angela. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm really happy that you are able to come to my YouTube channel. I love speaking to you so I can help you start to understand why your hormones might be out of balance as you enter your 40s and beyond and what you can do about it. And I know one of the most common symptoms for females as they get into this time period of life is that they get more brain fog. They feel like they just can't focus, can't concentrate, can't get things done in their everyday life, never mind their work life and some of the things that they have to do based on tasks to just get things done. I find most women tell me it's very common for them to feel more this way as they get closer to their period and right before leading up to, and sometimes even the first day or two of the cycle. And it seems to just be getting worse and worse by the month. And so I want to just kind of reveal to you why this could be happening. Why is this happening at this point in your cycle? And just why is it getting worse and worse? Many of us would say that because it is cyclic, it must have to do with your hormones. It must be because hormones are shifting, they're changing. You know that things are going to move towards menopause, and maybe this is a sign of it. Many you notice other women that you speak with also have these symptoms of brain fog. And so you would equate it to just being normal and a normal process of aging. The problem is if this is a normal process with aging, once the sex hormones lower enough for you to be in menopause, then you could assume that you're going to have this brain fog just all the time. And it's never going to go away. It's not just going to happen at a certain point in your cycle, but it's going to be there all the time. And can you imagine trying to live your life that way, not being able to remember what you went to the store for, why you're there, dropping words mid-conversation, not being able to remember what you were thinking or talking about? It can get that bad. And this is not what should happen. This is not normal. This is not a normal consequence of aging. And there are things that can be done about it. And so I just wanted to give you a kind of a myth buster that this isn't just related to your sex hormones lowering. Brain fog is a sign that there's something else going on. And most likely what's going on for you is that you do have some imbalances going on in your body that are not allowing your body to produce the type of energy that you need to fuel your brain. And one of the main things that tends to get out of balance for females as they get into their 40s and beyond actually has to do with your gut health. And very often over time, the gut is burdened by toxins that we bring in from the environment, whether or not you're aware of it or not. It can be related to some things that you're eating, can be related to the air that you're breathing in, can be related to, for example, even living or working in like a moldy environment. There might be some leaks behind the walls that you may or may not be aware of. And you might actually be breathing in some of this air and these spores, and it can actually start to really infect and impede your gut health. And what happens when our gut health isn't optimal, we don't absorb our nutrients properly. And we do need some key nutrients to actually be absorbed in our body for our brain to function well. So some of these key nutrients have to do with our healthy fats. Omega-3 fats are absolutely essential for our brain health and our cognition, especially as we age. We also need to make sure not only that we're absorbing these nutrients well, but that we're bringing them in. So I find that's one of the other things is that often females are very busy in this time period of life and they're not taking the time to nourish their bodies properly. So often we're eating on the run, eating on the go, grabbing packaged processed foods, something that we might think is healthy, but actually doesn't have a lot of dense nutrition in it. And so we're not actually even getting the nutrients in, never mind absorbing them properly. So there's many steps to actually allowing ourselves to get our brain functioning better that has nothing to do with the hormones, even if it feels like it's at a certain point in your cycle. The hormones can trigger a symptom that would already be there because other systems are out of balance in your body, and they're actually wreaking more havoc on the problem in the first place than the hormones themselves. There are some things that you can do about this. Some of the obvious things are definitely from a nutrition standpoint, making sure that you are bringing in some of these healthy, nourishing foods that support brain health. So omega-3 healthy fats are one of them. One of the main sources for this, if you're not vegan, comes from fish. So if you can bring in some cold water fish that typically aren't bottom feeders, not the big heavy ones that might be laden with some heavy metal, but you do want to be bringing these in 2 to 3 times per week. You also want to make sure that you're bringing in omega-3 healthy fats from nuts and seeds. This is something that can be brought in on a daily basis, as well as bringing in some monounsaturated fats such as olives, avocados, and their oils. So these are going to do wonders for your brain health, your focus, and help that brain fog start to dissipate. You can just get these coming in on a regular basis. The other piece to this is we need to make sure that your gut health is optimized for absorption. And like I said, if you have gut infections, that potential for buildup of mold or other potential bacteria, have you ever used antibiotics in your life? If so, you most likely have an imbalance in the good relative to the bad bacteria in your gut. And all of these things do affect how we're able to digest and absorb our nutrients. So you may need to do some sort of detox in your body where you're specific to certain gut bacteria or other toxins that have built up potentially actually over time, maybe even a lifetime in your body. And as you start to get rid of some of this toxic load and burden, it actually makes it easier for you to absorb your nutrients that help you with that energy for your brain. So the only way this can be achieved is through doing proper functional lab testing. And so I am a functional medicine practitioner, and I work with women all the time to do this kind of lab testing and develop an individualized plan for you to learn how you can start taking the balance back in your brain health, your focus, your concentration, and really clear up that fog. Most typically, you're not going to get that from just making diet changes alone. We need to dig deeper. We need to understand where this is coming from in the first place. And that's really how you're going to get the answers back to your health so that you can start to feel like you're energized and focused. You're getting things accomplished again in your day. You're not just on your heels, kind of having things come at you. You're feeling confident that you can accomplish the tasks of your everyday life and confident that you can make plans to enjoy your life outside of work. You can make plans for recreation, plans for trips, plans to do things with your friends and family because you have that attentiveness and focus back. Feeling like when you get out of bed, the only way that you can get focused with your day is to have a cup or 2 or 3 of coffee. Do you feel like your brain fog is so severe that it's hard for you to get any task done in your day at work, at home? You can't barely connect or communicate with your partner or your kids or your extended family. Everything feels like you're just living through a fog. If this is the case, you're not alone. You may think it's because of your hormones, because they're changing, you're getting into your 40s or beyond, and you know that this could be just a part of aging. I want to let you know that's not the case. Even though your hormones are changing, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to live through brain fog day after day, minute after minute. There is a way to get the balance back. And there are some lifestyle strategies, some natural ways, some solutions you can put in place right away to help you do this. And if you want to learn how we could develop an individualized plan to get you there, feel free to reach out to me. www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca. I'd be happy to speak with you about how we could work together to get you to those next steps where you're clear, calm, focused, and ready to take on your day.